What's going on, guys, and welcome. It is Tuesday night, not Monday. We're posting late, starting up the 17th week of investing here. But, guys, I have gone completely rogue. We're going to show you what's going on, what I've been doing in the portfolio. I have made some big, bold moves, and so has the market. So basically, we'll take a look at the channel tracker first. We'll go over that. Then we'll dive into what's going on and why we might basically make $300 tomorrow. All right, guys. So here we are in the channel tracker. For those who are new to the channel, we invest $50 every day, Monday through Friday, in the hopes of retiring early. But we have a tracker on this blue line. Today is the 25th. I'm late to post. I was late to post the other day, so we're pushed back. We'll be back on schedule on Friday night. However, I'm going to the Red Sox game, so maybe I'll be a little late. The video might come out Saturday morning, but we're getting back on track, and that's where we need to be. But again, today is the 25th of April, 2023. We're going to do an official re-weigh-in on the 2nd. Why are we going to do that? Because I've ordered my meal program from Factor 75. We're going on keto. We're getting all the meals sent out, prepped out. It's paid for. We're good to go. Paid for by me, by the way. That's not a sponsored thing. But we are hopefully going to get back into the swing of things, lose some weight quickly, and have our hot boy summer. Yeah, girls, you don't get all the fun. But we're going to try to lose a little weight for the summertime. And we're gonna focus on diet. I'm still in the gym working out, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so we're gonna focus on the health a little bit more coming up. So investment balance, we are at $4,599.73. So that is significantly higher than we were on Sunday. We put $50 in. We had a little bit of a jump here. As we come across, we haven't earned any dividends this week yet or at all. So, we're still at $35.06 of total dividends, and our total growth is down. We are down $200.60, and that is not not a real number. We're going to jump in and show you guys why. But yeah, just crazy stuff going on. So I made a trade. All right. I'm not a trader. I'm an investor, but I made a couple trades. So YouTube income, we're still at the $100 that we've earned from people signing up for Sofi. If you're looking for a place to invest, maybe buy some call options and stuff like that, there's a link down below. If you start a new investing account with the link and you put in at least $10, they'll give you $25 of free stock. So pretty good deal there. Jumping into what's going on with the channel, right? I have been bad at YouTube for the past couple weeks, and it shows. I lost a subscriber, so I'm sorry to whoever unsubscribed. I feel bad. But it happens. So total views, we're at 186,744. Yes, that is right. We got no views. But I didn't do anything, so I don't really deserve any views, and that's okay. At least I'm a realist. But our watch time, we are at 3,706 hours and 0.2. So that's coming along nicely. But we're going to dive into Sofi and look at some trades that I have made, which I deposited additional money on top of the $50 a day so that I could make some big options trades. And we will take a look at that right now. All right, guys. So before we dive into all this trade that I made, I want to say I'm not a wealth manager, credit counselor, financial advisor. I'm just a guy rambling in a triangle-shaped room. Okay? But let's get into it. So this is the 5-day chart for JEPQ. Okay? Now, you guys all know that I like JEPQ. I don't buy it every day. You know what I mean? It's a new fund. So we have it in the portfolio so we can watch it, see how we like it, watch the dividend payouts, all that. I like JEPQ a lot. Okay, just I like it a lot. This 5-day chart, we're down 1.56%. As you can see here, so this is the price range of where it lives. All right. You can see that it's been above $45. Then it came back down. Then it like tapped up to $45 again, and it's on its way down. It seems like that $45 price point is like a comfortable place where it likes to hit and then come down a little bit and then go back up and whatever. At least on the 1 month chart. 6 month chart, we do have some gradual increase over time. And you guys have seen in the, in the videos that we're doing pretty well on JepQ. So, anywho, I watch it every day. This is one of the benefits of having a portfolio that's like 10 things. If you watch them every day, you kind of get a feel for like how they work, where they like to trade and the movement on them and stuff like that. So basically in the past 5 days, it's been hovering around this 475 to 45, sorry, this 44.75 to $45 price point, and it dipped below that. So while it was in this price range coming back down, I was like, I bet a call option's pretty affordable on this, for the long term to go over $45. And what a call option is you're paying a fee to be able to buy shares of that stock in the future, right, for a determined value. So I said, yeah, let me see if I can buy an option on this. If it comes back up over 45, then I'm gonna what's called an in the money call option. So it's like if I can get something and it bounces back over 45, I can sell the option, and there you go. So that's what I did, right? If you look over here, this is a very confusing page, but I'm going to walk you through it as best as I can. So the option is to buy the stock for $45, right? So I will have the option to buy 100 shares per contract for $45. And that's good until, or it'll go through on the 19th of next month. Okay, so it gives me at this point like 20 something days for the stock to make it back to $45. Now, if you look down here, here's the timeline, right? So I put it in order. It cost me $25 to buy this, and I bought one contract, which represents 100 shares, for $25. So for $25, I got the option to buy 100 shares at $45. Regardless of the price, I can buy it for that. So I bought that option, and I said, great. If it goes over $45, I can sell it, make 10, $15. And that's like what I did with AT&T, for example. I bought one call contract on AT&T with just some money that I had lying around. I basically doubled it. This was a couple days ago or like a week ago. So doubled it. Still had some money in the account, bought an entire share of JepQ. So that happened last week. Now I figured I'd do it again, see if I could turn this 25 into like 40, reasonable, nothing too crazy. Just try to like skim some money and add to the JepQ portfolio. And then something that I didn't expect to happen was, if we look here, right? So that was at 10:30 or so on the 24th. The next day, right? It just tanked. And I was like, hold on. Why are we down, basically 2% or 1.5%? Why are we down 1.5%? There's no reason for that. So I took the opportunity to lower my cost basis. And what that means is I paid $25 for this contract, which I still think is a good deal. I think it's still worth money. And at that point, the stock was valued at like $44.70. So, if the stock if the contract's worth $25 at $44.75, which is the low of like where it hovers around. That means that if I can get it cheaper than that, if it bounces back up, then I can make some money. So you can see that earlier this morning, I bought 3 contracts. So the option to purchase 300 more shares, but that only cost me $15 per contract at that point, which I thought was a steal. I still believe the 25 cents is a good price. Like I still thought that was a good deal because it's usually over that 44.75 price point anyway. So if it ticks up like a little bit, I can make some money. So I said, great, let's throw another $45. That was, doesn't show the time filled, but that was earlier today, somewhere around here. And then this happened. And I was like, whoa. And at about this time where it was around $44 or so, like $44.25, which is way lower than it trades. Like if you look at the month, this is the lowest it's been for a long time. So I said, you know what? Let's kind of throw some money in here. Instead of doing this in my Fidelity account, let's do this on the Sofi account for the YouTube channel. So I deposited another $100, and I got it this time same. So I bought 10 more contracts. So currently now I have the option to buy 1,400 shares of JetQ for $45 next month. But because this pack of 10 contracts, I only paid 10 cents per contract. That's a steal. Like now my total cost, right? My total investment or average cost for each one of these contracts is $12.14. Okay. So $12.14 is my average cost per contract. What does that mean? Okay. I know there's a lot of rambling. First of all, I'm down $30. All right, just up front, I'm down $30 because I can buy those contracts right now for 10 cents a piece, or at least I could at the close of the market. I could buy them for 10 cents a piece. I lost $30 total. Not a big deal. I'm okay with that. That's why my numbers are a little wonky for what our total loss is of the account, because we're waiting for tomorrow for the market to open. However, okay, we know that at the current price of, and I'm just going to jump back to Seeking Alpha. We know that with the share price being listed at $44.13, right? The cost of this contract is 10 cents. That's what we know. Okay, that's very clear. It's easy to see. I bought it for 10 cents for this contract. It's not like the contract expires tomorrow. It expires in a month. Okay, so we know that the cost of this contract when the price of the stock is $44.13 is 10 cents. And I own it for 12 for 14 contracts. Okay, but the other thing that we know, if I go back to SoFi, is that when the price of the stock is $44.70, the contract's worth $25 a piece. Okay? So that's very interesting. Because if it's worth $25 per contract when the stock's at $44.70, that gives me reason to believe that if it bounces back up to $44.70, I could sell all 14 contracts for $25, right? See where this gets interesting pretty quickly. So $25 times 14 contracts is $350. Okay. Now, if I go back up, my total cost is the $140 total value plus my lost $30. So I spent $170 on these options. And if I sold them for $25 a piece, I would make $350. So $350 minus my cost of $170 is $180 profit after taking out the cash, which would get me a few shares of JetQ. So in order for that to happen, what we basically need is tomorrow, the price of JetQ needs to be roughly somewhere in the ballpark of 44.70. Seems like a lot considering the price of JetQ ended at 44.13. However, this is a big however. What does it say right here? In post-market trading, or after-hours trading as they call it, it went up 51 cents. So JetQ in after-hours trading is now at $44.64. So assuming that it goes up 6 cents on open, this all might close out and I might make $180 in a day like that on the portfolio. So that might take us into positive numbers, folks, and that might earn us a few shares of JetQ. So here's the thing with that. I don't necessarily want to be pumping extra money into this portfolio. However, I do want to have enough that I can make options calls when the market looks just a little off from how it normally looks. When you, again, focus every day on like 10 stocks, you kind of familiarize yourself with the movement. And unless you hear something massive on them, you kind of know what's going on. And that's the case here. So I'm not saying I'm an expert stock picker or anything, but sometimes if your gut tells you, I don't know why this stock that I really feel like I understand how it moves, I don't understand why it drops so much, buy when others are fearful. I don't have the liquidity in my life to just buy 1,400 shares of JetQ on a whim to like try to capitalize on some price movement. However, I do have the money to just like throw it into a random call option. And I figured by doing it publicly on this channel, some people would see how that works. Now, what happens if it doesn't work out, right? Because that's always the big what if. Well, I would lose the $170 that I paid for those call options. Now, and again, I don't plan on really seeing it out all the way through. I just think that I'm going to sell it as soon as it hits a price where I can get $25 per contract. And that's what we're doing here. We're trying to basically like skim some money out of the volatility of JetQ, which we don't really know why it happened anyway, but it did. What I think potentially will happen is I will probably sell off 10 of those contracts. I'll probably sell off 10 of the contracts for 25 cents if I can, right? I'll put my limited order in and then leave the other 4 as what are called runners. So if it goes up a little higher than that, great, I can sell it and make a little extra profit. But I would have already made enough profit to cover the cost of this whole trade. And then some, like buy 2 shares of JetQ out of it. So that's the goal. I know that's a little whimsical, a lot different than what we usually talk about on the channel, but yes, I went off the deep end. I threw like $170 on a whim into some call options, and it looks like it'll pay off. So that's pretty good. Now, let's dive into the actual portfolio and see what's going on here. That's what these 14 shares of this option, this call option are. But let's sort the rest by value. We'll rip through it really quick and then go from there. So SCHD and ticker symbol O for Realty Income Corporation, they are both just knocking at the door of $800. So we have $797.48, $797.43 here. Both just right there, waiting for this dividend payout on the 15th. So that'll be good. And I think with that, Realty Income Corporation might actually jump past SCHD in this portfolio. Both these funds are receiving $10 a day from every Monday through Friday, which is why they're so much higher than the others. JetQ, All right, so we obviously just talked about JetQ a lot. We have $449.89 of JetQ. That's 10.19 shares. Now, with JetQ, we're not buying it every day, right? Just like I said before. However, we are buying it with whimsical money. So that's kind of the way that we're looking at it. So like YouTube income, whatever, we're pumping that into JetQ. Using some options premiums and options money to buy shares of JetQ, or options trading profit to buy shares of JetQ. I would kind of say that JetQ is now going to become the race against myself. So can I out trade the growth of just daily investing onto these other stocks? It'll be interesting to see how the JetQ balance grows, and how quickly that grows, because I'm just trying to take the trade profit from some call options and sort of supercharge the growth rate of this portfolio. Um, and not like day trading, but this we kind of made a day trade, which is bizarre for me, or like a 3-day trade, swing trade. I don't know. It is what it is. We're making like a multi-day trade, but look at the year-to-date performance on JetQ, and this is a huge portion to why I'm surprised to see it fall back almost 2% today. We're up 10% on JetQ year-to-date performance. So, like when you're looking at a 10% year-to-date performance and then it falls back 2%, really without any news or hearing anything. Again, that's kind of the reason to the whole options thing. So we'll see how many shares of JetQ we have by the end of the week. Subscribe if you're not, because this number will be different. I guarantee it. It's very highly likely that this will be a higher number. Procter and Gamble, 443.38. So Procter and Gamble's leading the charge right now of the stocks we're only putting $5 a day into. Huge growth over the past week from these guys, so that's pretty sweet. We do have a dividend coming out next month also, so just good growth there. They're finally up year to date, and like legitimately up at 3.16%. Pepsi, $441.68. The growth from Pepsi today was phenomenal. I kind of guessed that they would be up on their earnings. They already a couple months ago announced that they were going to do a 10% increase to their dividend. So, like, the money's got to be good in order for them to just start throwing out huge dividend increases, especially for a company that's increased their dividend every year for the past 50 years. So when they're throwing out like 10% numbers, I'm expecting to see bigger earnings with that. So no surprise to me that the earnings took a spike like they did. But look at this. I mean, if we look at the 5-day performance of Pepsi, if that's not the result of a good earnings statement, I don't know what is. I mean, we jumped from 185. The next day it was 189.91. I mean, it actually hit 190. That's insane. So for something to just jump $5, like, that's bonkers. So good for Pepsi. Good job. Good seeing some nice growth there. But coming back here, Jeppy. So this is JetQ's older brother. That's what I like to call it now. Jeppy's hanging in there. We got $417.58. That's 7.64 shares. We do have more shares of JetQ than Jeppy at this point, for a couple of reasons. One, I'm really not deviating from the $5 a day on these. We've been very consistent because I want to track the growth over time evenly, plus the acceleration of like the dividend payouts. Turn what off? Yeah, turn it off. Sorry, I'm in the middle of cooking beets and it takes like 45 minutes to boil them. That's how long it takes to make these YouTube videos. But yeah, so Jeppy's doing okay, and I lost my train of thought, but that's fine. So BlackRock on its way down. Let's take a look at BlackRock really quick. You know, it was on its way up, and it's been very up and down. But for the past week or so, I mean, we're basically closing in on $700. Now we're at $659. very up and down trading here. It's hard to say. I look at BlackRock as something that I could possibly trade options on, and it just scares me because it takes so much money to trade options on a stock like BlackRock. Like you got to throw thousands of bucks, and can it move by $100? Yes. So like the money's there, but it's too scary for me. Not my cup of tea. But BlackRock on its way down. I'm still going to be optimistic though because I think we're still buying it at a deal. Every time that the stock goes down and we buy it, we buy its future dividend payments for a little bit less. So that's how I'm going to look at it, which we're expecting on this channel. That's why we dollar cost average. So AT&T, just a complete mystery, right? So last week we called it. Let's pull the chart. Last week we kind of expected this spike. We bought the call options like here, or I bought one call option like here. I doubled my money on it and then got out, right? What I didn't expect was for it to tank again. So now there's also kind of this underlying thought in my mind of, should I try to do the same thing twice? I'm thinking about it. Again, this is not an options trading channel, but it's a value investing and dividend channel. So there is an opportunity here potentially to make some money. I think if I sell out of some of the options from JetQ, maybe I'll play around with AT&T a little bit more. But there's more going on here than just like a value thing. The dividend looks good, so I'm going to leave AT&T alone. But yeah, AT&T is just like all over the place right now. They got crushed in their earnings call, and then they haven't really recovered. So I'm not nervous about AT&T, but like I don't expect to see any value there. MPW leading up the rear. We have $332 at MPW. That's 41.34 shares. It did drop down to like $7.80 today, but then it kicked right back up. So not a big loss. It was hovering at like a 3% loss, which is a little scary. I don't want MPW to drop below $7. Not again, at least. But they have their earnings coming up soon. Actually, when is that? When is their earnings report? So they're going to do their earnings report on the 27th. So that's 2 days. Yeah, Thursday. Before the market. So I think that they are, they're on the chopping block for this for sure. Their estimates have all been downgraded for what they think their earnings are going to be. I have no idea, so I'm staying out of it. I have no indication of MPW doing anything negative or successful. So we're just going to stay away from MPW and just keep putting money into it, and hopefully it works out. Because that's the nature of the channel. I did pick that based off value. I said it was high risk from the very beginning. We've lost a lot of money on it, but the upside potential is rather big. And this dividend yield looks spectacular at 14.2% now, as long as they can keep it up. And I think that's the biggest scare of this earnings call is, can they keep up the dividends based off of their earnings? Like it just, they've been making huge plays, like selling off billion-dollar portfolios and stuff like that. So just a crazy thing. At the end of the day, we did better than the market, right? We lost 0.65%. That's what it says today's gain is for us. So we lost 0.65%. Up against the Dow, which lost 1.02, S&P lost 1.58, NASDAQ lost 1.98. So we're doing okay in that regard. But yeah, let's buckle up for this week because there's going to be a lot going on. I don't know why I started trading. I just was watching it and I said, this doesn't make sense. Let's play the game a little bit. So we're going to be playing the game this week, and that's kind of what's going on. All right, so hopefully I didn't just jinx myself, but that's what it looks like in after hours trading, and I'm hoping that it opens the same way, maybe even higher, so that we can secure the bag. But yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty nutty, as I was just saying. Like, if I do well with that, that's great. I kind of intend to take the money that I just like added in from my checking account, put that back into my checking account, like my cost basis, and then use the profits to dump that into JetQ. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I might leave like 50, $60 in there just for like options money like I had before. I think I had like $40 or something like that. Um, but that should be a pretty good mover for us early in the morning. Um, I try to not get greedy with that stuff. That is one thing that happens to options traders is they won't sell off their option because they don't think they've made enough profit. For me, if I can double my money and make an extra $150 in like 2-3 days, I'm good on that. Like, I'll take 100% returns all day. I just don't want to try to make like, you know, $700 off the trade. And could I potentially? Sure. Yeah. I just don't want to, risk it and not make anything. So I'll probably keep a couple of runners there, or a couple of those contracts, just like keep them. But no reason if I can make my money and get out early. But yeah, otherwise, so with the weight thing, right? I'm getting to a point where I am kind of debating if I should focus on weight loss. A lot of people tell me that I shouldn't, because I don't know if I should get skinnier or get bigger, which is like an internal debate of a lot of guys my size. I'm 6'3", so like I could build out pretty well. And with my workout routine and my lifting and my boxing and stuff like that, I've started like doing a lot more free weights. Still doing like an hour a day on the treadmill or hour every other day on the treadmill. Still boxing, but I started lifting. So for right now, like, I feel good about the amount of weight that I'm able to lift, and it's kind of fun. Like, I don't know if anybody does like bench press or does like curling or whatever, but I've slowly been increasing the amount that I can like bench and stuff like that. And it feels good. Like, to do like get on bench and do sets of weight that I thought was like pretty good. Like, I don't know, it feels good. It feels good to like do curls, like do sets with like 40s. Like, it feels good. Like, I feel good doing that. And I can't wait to get stronger and just continue lifting more and focusing on health and all that. But one of the things that people don't talk about enough with working out are like the subtle little things like that. Like, I'm less focused on weight loss and I'm more focused on my endurance. Like, how do I feel after I box 8 rounds? Can I go another? That kind of stuff like just feels really, really good. When I throw a right hook, does the bag slap? Like, that's the kind of stuff which is really stupid. I don't know if anyone in here boxes, but like, hearing the progression of the sounds that the bag makes when you hit it is like, it feels really, really good. Being able to bench, 185 10 times in a set, like, that feels good. That's something that, like, I don't know, it just feels like I'm like getting stronger and getting better. So if the weight loss takes a back burner to that, I, I'm still focused on health. It's just a different type. So I am going on keto again. Factor 75. I'm gonna start doing that. I did it before and I lost like 30 pounds. Doing the keto, it's a little expensive, but they send all the prepped meals. So like, I think it's like $150 a week. But all your food's good for the whole week. So like, it's about the same as like ordering Uber Eats. Actually, it's way less than ordering Uber Eats. I don't know why I just said that, but it's about the same as like going and getting groceries, I guess. If you can eat for $10 a plate, I feel like that's pretty good. $11 a plate, whatever it is. But yeah, so I'm starting back up on that on May 2nd. Um, I thought I put the order in, but I didn't. So I went back the other day, like and reordered and got that all set up. And the food's fine. Like it's okay. It's not terrible, and it's diet food, but it's like salmon and stuff. Like, so I can't be mad about that. Yeah, this is completely unpaid. Like, this is not a sponsored thing. So just excited to get back on Factor 75. And we'll see what happens with the weight. Last time I did keto, I lost a lot of weight in my face, like really, really quickly. I'm hoping that by doing keto and lifting while boxing, I can shape my body a little bit differently, because I have a gut. It's bad. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm trying to work on that. I would love to be like that like not fat, but like the big like dad. You know what I mean? Like that would be a good position. I'd be happy with that. If I could bench like 250 and walk around like just feeling good, I'd be okay with that. It's a different build. I've never been built like that before. So but yeah, if I can lose, I just want to lose some fat and continue to get stronger, and while still focusing on cardio too. I'm not giving up on the boxing thing. I'm not giving up on cardio, and I think that's keeping me really well rounded. So hopefully, I'll be all fitnessy. Getting the diet under control is definitely the first step, though. I gotta get that done. So yeah, just wrapping up. Pretty cool stuff on the horizon. Let's watch for some trades. I'll make some shorts and stuff I'll make some YouTube shorts as I buy some calls. Um, we'll see what happens in the market this week. After that, I wish you happiness, health, and wealth as always, and roll the outro.